Who takes care of the people who hold everyone else together? You know what I've noticed about those people who hold everyone else together? Everybody admires them, but very few people actually check on them. People notice the smile, the consistency, the productivity. What often goes unseen is the exhaustion underneath it all. And many of the people surviving quietly are carrying battles nobody knows about behind those closed doors. So today I want to ask that question that changed the way I look at people. Who takes care of the people that everyone depends on? Welcome back to Stronger Than Yesterday. I'm Misha Allinger, and today's conversation is for every person carrying that invisible weight. People have called me resilient for most of my life. For years, I wore that title proudly because resilience sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Until you realize being the dependable one can also mean wiping your tears before you're walking back into that room, becoming everyone else's safe space while feeling emotionally homeless yourself, continuing to pour into others while running empty inside. As a mother, as a woman, as someone building, creating, healing, and navigating life, there are days I don't fully realize how exhausted I am until the house becomes quiet. And then the emotions finally catch up. There have been nights where everyone was asleep, and I sat there in silence wondering, who do you lean on when everyone leans on you? The people who carry everyone else often become experts at suffering quietly. People assume that because you carry things well, they must not be heavy. Many people never see the invisible work emotionally dependable people do. The remembering, the worrying, the checking on everyone else, the overthinking, the planning, the emotional labor of holding entire environments together, especially mothers. Mothers carry entire emotional worlds inside them. We remember everything: birthdays, appointments, medicine, homework, bills, conversations, everybody's emotional needs. And while we're carrying everyone else, our own exhaustion often goes unnoticed. There are moments in motherhood where you can be surrounded by people and still feel emotionally alone, needed constantly, yet rarely asked, how are you doing really? And hearing that one question can bring someone to tears. I think many caregivers become conditioned to survival. We learn how to function while hurting, smile while overwhelmed, encourage others while running empty. After a while, people stop seeing us as human. They begin seeing us as only reliable. I think many of us learned resilience far too early in life, not because we wanted to, but because life demanded it. Many of us grew up in homes where we had to become emotionally mature long before we were ready. Maybe you grew up around addiction, around alcohol, around chaos that made home feel unpredictable instead of safe. Maybe you became the peacemaker in your household, the child trying to calm everybody down, trying to stop arguments, trying to make things feel normal. For some people, love in the home came attached to fear. You never knew which version of someone you were going to encounter. A lot of people grew up being shouted at constantly, hit constantly, criticized constantly, and eventually you stop feeling like a child. You began feeling like someone simply trying to survive. Many of us had our innocence taken far too early through abuse, violation, manipulation, through experiences no child should have ever had to go through. And instead of being protected, we were left carrying confusion, fear, shame, and pain we didn't even have words for yet. A number of us learned how to disconnect emotionally before we even understood who we were. A lot of people learn to stay quiet to survive, to shrink themselves, to avoid eye contact, to stop speaking up, to stop trusting. There are people listening right now who carried secrets far too heavy for little hearts while still being expected to go to school, smile, behave normally, and pretend everything was okay. One of the cruelest truths about childhood trauma is this: children almost always believe it was their fault. Many of us convinced ourselves maybe I was too difficult, maybe I deserved it, maybe if I were quieter, better, different, it wouldn't have happened. There are grown adults walking around today still trying to heal from things nobody ever apologized for, still trying to become whole after parts of them were broken in silence. A lot of people were never truly allowed to be children. They became emotionally alert too early, hyper aware too early, protective of themselves too early. People who appear too strong today are really individuals who learned very early that safety was never guaranteed. You can usually tell when someone had to survive childhood instead of experience it. I think that's why emotional care means so much to me now. Because when you grow up carrying heavy things emotionally, you never forget what it feels like to need comfort and to not know where to find it. But one thing life has taught me is this: we were never meant to carry life completely alone. And in the middle of our hardest seasons, God often sends people to hold us together in quiet ways. The people who check on you, pray for you, the people who remind you to eat, the ones who ask you if you've rested, who notice your silence, the people who feel when something is wrong before you even say it out loud. Never underestimate those people. What may feel small to you could be keeping someone alive emotionally. A simple message can change someone's entire day. A phone call, a check in, a prayer, a genuine, "How are you really doing?" There are people carrying pain so quietly that you would never know by looking at them. People laughing in public and crying in private. People showing up for everybody else while falling apart internally. So if someone crosses your mind today, check on them. Send them a message, make the call, say the prayer. Because love is not always found in grand gestures. A lot of the time, love is found in simply being remembered. I think that's also why I value gentleness so deeply now. Kindness, grace, prayer. Because once you've lived through difficult things, you begin to understand how deeply people need comfort. There were seasons in my life where I felt emotionally exhausted. And even when people didn't fully understand what I was carrying, I found peace in praying quietly. Not always having answers, not always knowing what came next, just trusting that I wasn't carrying everything alone. So today I want to speak directly to the people surviving quietly, the ones carrying responsibilities silently, the ones trying not to break down, the people that everybody leans on, the ones saying, "I'm okay," because explaining the truth feels exhausting. You deserve care too. You deserve rest without guilt. You deserve softness. You deserve support. You deserve to be held emotionally too. And if nobody has told you lately, you do not have to earn love by suffering silently. You are allowed to be human too. One thing I'm learning slowly is this: real resilience is not pretending nothing affects you. Real healing looks like honesty, rest, boundaries, asking for help, allowing people to love you. And whether your comfort comes through prayer, through people, through healing, through community, or simply through being understood, I hope you know you do not have to go through life alone. You don't. To everyone listening who has been carrying invisible weight, who has been surviving quietly, who has been trying to hold everyone else together while secretly feeling exhausted inside, I see you, man. And I'll be praying for you this week. You pray for me too, because I'm still growing, still healing, still learning, still becoming, just like you. Whew. And before I go, I want to leave you with a song that I wrote called Rise Above. It's streaming on all major platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and YouTube Music. Save it, share it, sit with it. My hope is simply that the words meet someone exactly where they are. And if these conversations resonate with you, follow the podcast and share it with your friends, your family, or even someone quietly trying to make it through life right now. You never truly know what another person is carrying. Take care of yourself this week. Be gentle with your heart. And remember, even the people who hold everyone else together deserve care too. This is Stronger Than Yesterday. I'm Misha Ellinger, and I'll see you next Sunday. Like storm clouds that never change the weather, but I found a fire nobody could steal, a quiet kind of strength that became real, and every tear became a river wide, washing away the lies I held inside. You don't get my future, you don't own my name. I
And I won't let your shadow decide who I become. Now I walk forward with my head held high, learning how to trust my own heartbeat again tonight. Every sunrise feels a little more mine. Every prayer rebuilds another piece with time. The pain may whisper, but it don't command. I'm reclaiming every dream you tried to damage. There's courage growing where fear once lived, and peace in knowing I still have so much to give. No, I will not stay trapped in yesterday. No chain survives when grace makes a way. What was meant to destroy me lost its power, because healing blooms little by little, hour by hour. You don't get my future, you don't steal my soul. I was made for more than surviving alone. I carry strength within me, I carry hope ahead. And though the road was filled with pain, love and mercy led me through instead. Yeah, I'm still here, and that means I already won. The story didn't end in the dark. The light kept calling my heart, and now every step I take is proof. My future